Hello and welcome back to Mastering System Center Operations Manager 2016. This is Stephen Homan, and this is section 2. It takes our information from our management packs and builds on it and starts addressing the issues of notification tuning. Operations Manager has been known in the industry to be very noisy and chatty, and this is where we're going to turn down that noise just slightly. So we start with video 2.1, which is where we start looking at our alerts by our management pack and see which management packs may be generating the most alerts in our system. Let's begin. In this video, we're going to look at how we can target our management packs, which generate the most alerts, and how we can target specific time frames for those alerts, and see which management packs maybe have additional noise during certain periods of the month or year. We'll also take a look at how we can create overrides from the information that we find. But first, let's take a brief look back at Operations Manager 2012 R2. In Operations Manager 2012 R2, you had two primary options for dealing with noisy alerts. When an alert was generated, you saw the email come in. You could go into the management console, under the management pane, grab the alert, right-click, and start looking at overrides. However, if the alert auto-closed, you may not catch it in time. So you'd have to do a little more digging to find the alert that was generating this much information. The second thing you could do is review the documentation provided with the management pack, which everyone should read all the documentation that comes with every management pack. However, you would have to look in there, find the alert parameters that you're seeing, look at the target or of the rule or the monitor that's in the documentation, and under the authoring pane, go find that rule, that monitor, and create an override at that place. Again, both methods were effective, but very time-consuming and a little bit cumbersome. A new feature in Operations Manager 2016 is this Tune Management Packs interface that we see under the Administration pane. Tune Management Packs addresses the problems of trying to find alerts that are generating the most noise. In this case, we can go ahead and identify our management packs to tune based on date, time, and number of alerts parameters. So I've adjusted the default set to October 1st to November 20th and 100 alerts. And what I've received is, well, first an anomaly in my console. This does not happen in other environments, so I'll need to troubleshoot that. But I can see that my most noisy alerts based on those parameters, my highest counts of alerts, are these management packs. So we can go ahead and say from the Veeam Hyper-V Monitoring management pack, let's tune alerts. And what the tune alerts interface is shows us a count of all of the alerts that have been generated by this management pack during this time. And we get some great information in here. We get whether or not it's a warning or an error, critical. We also get the priority. We get whether it's a monitor or a rule, and then what the monitor or rule name is. So this gives us a great way to see not only the management pack that's generating the most alerts, but the alerts that are generated the most inside the management pack. And so we can see that we receive a few alerts in here from CPU usage, heartbeat, some scheduling analysis, all the way down to things like cluster disk latency analysis. From here, we have the ability to go ahead and look at our overrides or edit the settings of the monitor. So let's just say we want to take a look at this and see that there's, for the cluster latency analysis, we want to look at the configuration. We want to see that the highest latency thresholds are set 40 on the low end, 80 on the high end over 3 samples, 300 seconds frequency. So if the thresholds latency are over these two for a period of 15 minutes, 3 samples, 5 minutes each, then go ahead and generate either a warning or an error. If we'd like, we can then go in and actually do our overrides. So let's just say we want to do an override, for example, for a group or for all objects or a particular server. So let's go ahead and do it for all objects. We could see here the parameters that we previously saw, and we can say, I'd like to take this, and while it's 5 minutes between intervals right now, I'd like to see this increased to 10 intervals. We select our management pack, and in this case, I have a management pack for Veeam Hyper-V Noise, it can be a little, the V management pack can be a little bit too sensitive, and I will go ahead and create that override. And that'll bring me back out to my interface. I've now adjusted my override, and I didn't have to go back and wait for that alert to show up in the console when it was ready. So if I want to, I could view the summary for the monitor and see that the class number of samples has been increased to 10, and therefore my override is applied. So in summary, we were able to look at the Tune Management Packs feature that's been added to Operations Manager 2016. With this new feature, we have a great way to target management packs that generate the most alerts and see where we can tune them. Understand that the purpose of tuning is not only to reduce the amount of alerts, but also reduce the amount of data collection. You only really want to collect data on things that you need to act or report on. So by reducing the amount of data collected, you save space in your database and you give back valuable resources. The Tune Management Packs interface is a great tool for doing that.